Hello, hello, Facebook. How are you? Holly Toronto here. So, I'm in a new space. Still my apartment, but a different view, if you can't tell. I kind of switched things around. I actually, for the past, year and a half, 2 years that I've been working from home, I've had my office in our living room. New York City living, right? So we have a 2-bedroom. The other spare room has been my husband's office for the 10 years that he's lived here. So didn't feel right kicking him out of there when I started working from home, but he was kind enough to make space for me in his office so that we can have a little bit of separation between our workspace and our hangout space. However, I'm in here right now doing this video because frankly the lighting's better and it's a little prettier in here. So love to know what you guys think about the new background. And I'm going to be playing around just to see what works best as I do these videos. If you are joining me live, I would love to know who's here. I would love to know who's watching. Give me a heart, give me a like, leave me a comment, let me know if you're here to say hello. So I'm really, really excited to be hopping on here today and sharing about an opportunity that I have coming up starting next week. So as many of you know, if you've been following my Facebook Live journey, I have been immersing myself in the topic of body image. So I've been talking about it here obviously a lot, and I'm constantly reading articles and posting articles and listening to podcasts and seeking mentors and authorities and thought leaders on this topic. And it's been such an eye-opening journey for me. I've learned so much about myself. I've learned so much about culture and society and history through just immersing myself. And something else that I've been doing over the past 6 months or so is actually just having conversations with everyday women in my life or people that I meet at networking events and asking them to share with me their own journey, or their own relationship to their body. And that has been an incredibly powerful experience. It's been really healing, both on the part of the person who's sharing as well as for me as the one who's listening to the other person's journey. There's something really powerful that happens when you have the space and the container to share on something that you might not have had the opportunity to speak on previously, so vulnerably and authentically. And so providing the container for these women to be able to share their experience is super healing for them. And then at the same time, also super healing for me in that I get to see myself mirrored back, right? So to know that I haven't been alone on this journey when it comes to my relationship with my body and the struggles that I've had over the course of my life. So it's been really powerful. It's been really healing. It's been really transformative. And also at the same time, really encouraging. So as I've been having these conversations with women, it's been really encouraging to see them witness themselves with compassion, right? And with curiosity, and as opposed to judgment and shame and guilt. And then also, hi Simona. Oh, thank you for saying hello and thank you for joining. So looking at it with compassion, but then also at the same time, hearing their burning desire and readiness to have a different experience of their body. So that to me has been really, really exciting because it's in that place of when we're willing to look at our stories and our journeys with compassion, yet at the same time, we're ready to make a difference. And so that's where the shifting of the collective consciousness becomes possible, right? You've heard me talking about that in my past few videos, where I really do believe that in order to change the collective consciousness around body image, we need to kind of have a grassroots approach to that, where we're working together as normal, everyday people to have a different relationship to our body and thus encourage the women or other people in our lives to have the same experience. So this is getting me really excited. It's getting me really inspired and pumped up. So much so that I've had this idea kind of ruminating in my brain for a while, and I'm really excited to actually launch it. I'm going to be doing a webinar. My first webinar on this specific topic of body image. And I'm calling it very simply the Love Your Body webinar. And the intention with this webinar is there's a few things that we're going to cover. So the first one being is I'm going to share my own journey, and in the most authentic and vulnerable way that I can. And that's a little bit scary for me. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but like I mentioned before in the beginning of this video, it's something really powerful that happens when you hear another person's story and you can see yourself in it, to know that you're not alone and to know that someone else is in that same position with you. So, or has been there before, or is on that journey, so they can really hold space for you to have the transformation that you need. Thank you so much for those kind words. Perspective on both clients and your blessing. Oh, thank you so much. That's such a sweet thing to say. So that's the place that we're going to start. And then I'm going to obviously, I want to provide you with tools and insights. So there's going to be a big chunk of the webinar that's devoted to just sharing some tools and some insights that I have picked up along the way in having these conversations with women, so that you can too implement them in your life and hopefully start to cultivate a healthier relationship to your body. And then I also want to provide an opportunity to learn from you. So I want to leave some time for Q&A and potentially some laser coaching with me at the end, but also give you an opportunity to share your own experience if that feels right for you. Again, totally optional to do that, but I want to continue expanding my knowledge and experience, and hearing from more of you on your own relationship to your body, so that I can better serve on this topic. So that's what's coming down the pipeline for the Love Your Body webinar. It's coming up quick. It's going to actually be a week from today. So Wednesday, October 25th at 7 p.m. Eastern. And if you would like to join, there is a link in the description of this video. So all you got to do is click on that link, you fill out the RSVP form, and from there I'll send you a link to actually join the meeting, as well as a brief survey that's just going to kind of give me an understanding of your intentions for coming to the webinar and any questions that you might have, so that I can really be prepared to support you in the limited amount of time that we would have together. So it's going to be about an hour-long webinar. Also with that, I am limiting the number of participants that are going to be able to join the webinar, just because I want to make sure that I am able to hold space for the appropriate amount of people. If it gets to be too big, I don't want anybody to feel lost or not included. And with that, hopefully, if this goes well, if it's a success, then I will do them more frequently. So there will be an opportunity, if you're not able to get into this one, to potentially get onto one in the future. And also something that I wanted to point out too, that for this go around, it is going to be women only. And the reason for that is because it's a very tender and it's a very vulnerable topic. And I want to make sure that everyone feels like they are in a safe space and with like kind. And men, I have heard you. I have had so many conversations with men over the past month or so, or just have heard in general that, you know what, you struggle with this too. And you want the support too. So I want to include you in that, and so know that there are some ideas coming down the pipeline, and I might be reaching out to a couple of you to get some insights in the near future. So yeah, Love Your Body webinar coming up on October 25th at 7 p.m. Eastern. There is a link in the description of this video for you to register, so go ahead and click on that link, sign up, and then you're going to receive a link to actually join the webinar, as well as a brief survey to kind of get yourself prepped. So I'm really excited. I hope you're excited too. And yeah, let me know how I can serve. I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'm sure I will see you back on here in the next few days for another Facebook Live. Bye everyone. Mwah.